Hey everyone, welcome to a new executable item tutorial. In this case, I will be explaining how to get certain percent using RNG placeholder and random run command. Let's start with RNG placeholder. Okay, so keep in mind that RNG placeholder is from placeholder API, so you would need it to use it. To have it, you have to install the extension of RNG, then reload the plugin, and then you can test with this placeholder running the next command. Baby parse your name and RNG underscore. Once do it, you will see the values that you can use. We will use the first one, RNG value and value. Let's say we don't know how it works. We can take a look at the wiki of RNG expansion, and we will see that RNG value means minimum and maximum. It returns a random number between the two boundaries. So let's see a couple of examples. The first one, RNG 1 and 10, it returns a number between 1 and 10. RNG 1 100, a number between 1 and 100. 1 and 50, a number between 1 and 50. And 50 and 100, a number between 50 and 100. Okay, so let's see how can we get a certain percent. In this case, let's say we would like to have 5%. That means 5 over 100. 5 over 100 is equals than having 5 numbers between 100 numbers. These numbers can be any number, but for taking the easy way, we will say that those 5 numbers are 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 over the 100 numbers. To achieve this with the placeholder, we will need RNG between 1 and 100 to be equal or less than 5. Okay, keep in mind that RNG returns a number between those two numbers, and if it is equals or inferior than 5, the activator will work. That means 5%. How can we set this to the activator? I already explained it in the damage, but I will explain it here too. First, in the activator, we would like to only work sometimes. We have to create a placeholder conditions with type player number. In part 1, we will set the placeholder, that means the left side of the equation. Then in the middle side, the comparator inferior or equals, and in the right side, the part 2, 5. Having in the placeholder condition the same equation we have in the bottom side of the screen I'm showing you. Also, another way to achieve this, instead of RNG 1 100 and inferior or equals than 5, we could take this number and we will see that 100 is equals 5 times 20. Okay, and the 5 on nominator is equals to 5 times 1. Because of multiplication of fractions, we can divide this in two fractions. We will see that 5 over 5 is equal than 1, and obviously the 1 doesn't matter, so we can delete it, having as a result 1 over 20. What does it mean? That means that 5 over 100 is equals than 1 over 20. If you already know math, you will get this easily and quickly than someone that doesn't know how math works. So we have now 1 over 20. That means only one possibility over 20 numbers, and that possibility we will say that it is 1. So when using placeholder condition, we will use RNG between 1 and 20, inferior or equal than 1. If we would like to have 10%, for example, that means 10 over 100. 10 over 100 is equals than 10 numbers over 100 numbers. In terms of placeholder, means RNG between 1 and 100 inferior or equals than 10. In the same way we did before, 10 over 100 can be written as 1 over 10. That means one number that will be 1 over 10 numbers possibilities. In terms of placeholder, it means RNG between 1 and 10 inferior or equals than 1. Another example, to get 15%, it means 15 over 100. That means 15 numbers over 100 numbers possibles. These 15 numbers we will say that are the numbers between 1 and 15, just for taking the easy way. So, to have this idea as a placeholder, we will need RNG between 1 and 100 inferior or equals than 15. Also, 15 over 100 can be written as 3 over 20. That means 3 numbers, 3 possibilities over 20 possibilities. And in placeholder will be RNG between 1 and 20 less or equal than 3. These two placeholders are the same. I am just giving you another way to do it. Now, 27%. It means 27 possibilities over 100. Let's do it faster. I will not explain it detailed as before. It will be RNG between 1 and 100 inferior or equals than 27. Let's say 33%. It means 33 over 100. In terms of placeholder, RNG between 1 and 100 inferior or equals to 33. And let's move on to the last example that will be the hardest. We will work with decimals numbers. 0.05%. It is the same than 0.05 over 100. We can't work with decimals numbers, so we have to make that 0.05 into an integer number. We will multiply this fraction to 1, but a 1 in terms of 100 over 100. Okay, I hope you understand the idea. 100 over 100 is 1, so we are not modifying the fraction, we are only amplifying the fraction. Once done, we will have 5 over 10,000, and in terms of RNG placeholder means RNG between 1 and 10,000 inferior or equals than 5. I hope you understood. That's RNG placeholder. Let's move on into random run. Random run command. You can take a look at it in the wiki that I will leave in the description below, but let's take a general look. A commonly mainly used for RNG, random run, amount, and that amount is the amount of commands that will be randomly selected inside of the command line. Placeholders are supported, okay? And random end, okay, let's see example. Random run 1, we have 3 options, a random end. That means the random run will take 1 command between those, and because of we have 1 option over 3, that is the chance of getting each command. That's why in the bottom you can see that it says, this means that you have a 1 over 3 chance of getting coal, iron, or gold. Let's create our own example. Let's say we want 25% of diamond, emerald, gold, and iron. The random run would need to look like this. What do we have here? The random run will take 1 option between those 4 options, and that's it. Because of we have a total of 4 options, let's see what is the percentage of getting diamond. Because of diamond there is only 1 option, it means 1 over 4 options. It is equal to 0.25, and that is equal to 25%. What if we have 2 lines of diamond wand? Let's see how the percentages change. In this case, we have 5 options, and the percentage of getting diamonds would be 2 over 5 equals to 0.4 equals to 40%. And now the percentage of getting the another ones, for example the iron, would be 1 over 5 options equals to 0.2 equals to 20%. If we get every possibility, we will see that the diamond has a 40% and the another one's 20%. You could also see that the addition of every percentage is equal to 100%. That is important. Let's see another example. Let's say we would like to have 50% of diamond and 50% of nothing. To achieve this, we will need to take a look first at nothing command. If we read it in the wiki, we could see that nothing is used on random rand as a dummy command, and the usage is nothing multiplied by its amount. The example is random run 1 99 times nothing, the command that gives diamond, and random end. We will see that right here we have 100 options, 99 times nothing and 1 time to get the diamond. So the diamond will be 1 time over 100 possibilities equals to 0.01 equals to 1%. That's why in the bottom it says this command line means that there is a 1 over 100 chance it will give you a diamond. And the percentage of nothing equals to nothing. There is 99 times nothing over 100 possibilities equals to 0.99 equals to 99%. That is the example in the wiki, but we didn't make the example I said, 50 diamond and 50% nothing. Let's create it. It would look like this. Random run 1, give player diamond and nothing. You would see that there are 2 options. So the option or the percentage of getting diamond would be 1 over 2 options equals to 0.5 equals to 50%. Let's do another example. Let's say we would like to have 5% of getting diamond and 95% of getting nothing. That would look like this. 5 options of diamond and then 95 options of nothing. We will see that there are 100 possibilities, and to getting diamond there are only 5 possibilities. So diamond would be 5 over 100 equals 0.05 equals to 5%. Okay? But repeating the command X amount of times is not the best option. We have a better options to achieve this goal, but we will need to take a look first at loop start and loop end command. Let's see. If we check the wiki, we can see how it works. Loop start, amount, the command, and then loop end. And executable items see these lines X times the command, and that X is set by the amount of loop start. Okay, so now we have a better way to repeat commands. So instead of writing 5 times give player diamond 1, we can write loop start 5 give player diamond 1 and loop end. Okay, so to repeat commands use loop start and loop end. Working like this doesn't work. You have to use loop start and loop end. Okay, let's go into another example. Let's say we would like to have 5% of diamond and 95% of dirt. The commonly way would be writing 5 times diamond and 95 times dirt. But obviously, writing that is literally crazy. So let's use what we just learned, the loop start and loop end. We will have loop start 5 times diamond and then another loop start with 95 times the dirt. Let's go into another example. 3% diamond, 8% damage, 19% dirt, and 70% lava. We will work with loop start because I suppose we already learned it. So it would look like this. 3 times diamond, 8 times damage, 19 times dirt, and 70 times the lava. So if we count how many commands are in the random run, we will see that there are 100 possibilities. So if we apply some math, we will check that the possibilities said before will work. And now let's move on to our last example and the hardest one, because we will work again with decimals possibility. So we have the beacon as 0.05%, the diamond 5%, and emerald 15%. The beacon is written as 0.0005 equals to 5 over 10,000. The diamond as 0.05 and writing as 5 over 100. Emerald 0.15 and writing as 15 over 100. What's the problem here? Denominators are different because beacon has 10,000 as denominator, but diamond and emerald has only 100 as denominator. So we will need to amplify those fractions. How are we going to do it? Multiplying by 1. A camouflaged 1 as 100 over 100. Once done, we will have that diamond 5% equals 500 over 10,000 and emerald 15% equals 1,500 over 10,000. So we have the percentage for beacon, diamond and emerald. But what will be the amount of nothing? Let's see. Nothing equals the amount that is not being used by the options. And in this case, the options are beacon, diamond, and emerald. These three options means 2005 possibilities that in addition to the possibilities of nothing, the result will be 10,000 because these are the max amount of possibilities. If we get this value, we will see that the possibility of nothing is 7,995 over 10,000. So we have every value. Beacon is 5, diamond is 500, emerald is 1,500, and nothing is 7,995. Let's create this and we get it. I will apply some colors for you to understand how it works. The loop start of beacon is get by the orange color. The loop start by diamond is get by the blue color. The yellow one for emerald, and the last one, the green, is for nothing. So we learned how RNG placeholder works. It can be used, for example, to make some activators work sometimes by certain percentage, but it can also be applied on another mechanics. And also we check the random run how to get possibilities to random round, how to set some percentage to our items, and in both mechanics explained, we learned how to also works with decimals, that I think is the hardest one. I hope you understood. Let's apply what we just learned in some items and see you.